NHL24 has released its rankings. Here to talk about the Maple Leafs and how they should feel about the results, Bryan Hayes and Frankie Corrado. Guys, Connor McDavid is the highest rated player in the game at 97.
Of course he is.
Of course he is.
97.
Here's a list of the players, though, that are ahead of Auston Matthews. McDavid, obviously. Draisaitl, McKinnon, Makar, Yossi, Pasternak, Kucherov, and Matthew Tkachuk. Matthews is a 93 behind all of those players. Bryan, does he have reason to be upset about this?
Well, listen, those players had better years than he did last year. That's factual. Matthews had a down year based on his standards, but I believe he's been on the cover of this game twice. He's young. He's got a mustache, and he rips home goals. That should be, I think, 95, 96. The mustache alone should boost him at least 2 points.
Exactly.
At least 2 points. So, yeah, I think he's got a beef, and I would guess by the end of the year, he's further up that list.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, with these games, the ratings will change as the season goes on. But for me, Matthews is top 5 every year, no matter what. If he's a 45-goal scorer, he's still a top 5 player in this league. Just the way he's able to play away from the puck, what he provides offensively, there's no doubt Matthews absolutely top 5. He's in that number 1 tier. He should never be in the 5 to 10 range.
Well, let's call it what it is, too. I know McDavid's number 97. Give him 99 in this, right? 99's as high as you can go. Even 100 if you can get there. He should be infinity.
But nobody's higher than him.
No one should be higher. I understand that.
What's holding him back that he didn't
I know, exactly. I want to know why this guy couldn't hit 99 or 100 in the game. Get him to 100, and then we can move on from there.
By the way, for what it's worth, Frankie, you've got more of a reason to be upset. We went and pulled up your rankings at an NHL 14. That was a while ago. They had you listed as a 73.
Very disappointing.
But they did have you listed as a two-way defenseman, top 4 upside, though, so there is that.
Yeah, top 4 upside. Never really hit that upside, Gino, unless it was in practice or in the minors. But two-way, they got that right. You know, always like to take care of my own zone before I was heading off, joining the rush and getting involved in the offensive zone. I actually remember when those rankings came out, and I was just happy that it started with a 7 and higher.
That's right.
If it was in the 60s, I was going to be really upset. But 73 at that point in time, I could live with that. I could be okay with it. And like you said, like if you get better, except I went the other way. So I don't know what it went to after.
But you could trade for yourself, right?
Yeah.
And you can make yourself feel better by trading the best player in the league for you if you needed to.
Only you would do that.
I was more of a scouting report guy. I'm not sure there was a number low enough for me in that game, but I think this is important, Frankie, like you said. Top 4 potential, that's a tire-pumping session. That's what matters more than the number. The potential was there in the game.
Just live on that one.
Exactly.
See, like at one point, it was a very bright future.
That's true.
At one point, it was.
And now you're standing here with Gino and I. It all worked out for all of us.
Oh, okay, good. I thought you were going the other way on that. Okay, let's talk goaltending now. Elia Samsonov gets an 86 rating. He's tied for the 12th best rating. A few goalies ahead of him. Tristan Jarry, Thatcher Demko. And this one's going to sting Leaf fans. Freddie Anderson is ahead of him as well, Bryan.
I think that's appropriate, though. Like, Freddie had a really good statistical year. During the regular season, Freddie puts up numbers, right? When Freddie's healthy, when he's playing, and that Carolina team, when he's healthy, that's incredibly important, but I'm not sure health factors into the rankings. And let's not pretend like Samsonov starts 70 games.
For sure.
I mean, he's had some injury problems as well. Freddie's a veteran. He's done it longer. That sounds appropriate to me. Samsonov around 12.
Yeah, and look at where he started the season last year. It was a tandem with the Leafs, and he wasn't even supposed to be the 1A guy. He was the 1B guy. So for him to be 12th, I think speaks volumes to the progress that he's made as a goaltender with the Leafs organization in one season. And Freddie has been a workhorse for a long period of time. He doesn't chew up the games that he used to, but this is a guy that was playing 60-plus games not too long ago. So absolutely, Freddie deserves to be in that conversation. And Elia Samsonov is appropriately rated.
All right, fair enough. Much like Madden, they'll update the rankings if a player earns it. Who is one Maple Leaf you think's got the best chance to improve his rating by the end of this season, Frankie?
Ooh, that's a good question. I'm going to go with Matthew Nice because, yeah, this is a guy that's going to step in. Relatively unknown, if you want to call that, in the video game world. He doesn't have a ton of a resume that way.
Outside the Toronto market, maybe.
Exactly.
Right, exactly.
In the Toronto market, it's been very well documented. But if this guy gets off to a hot start, if he has a good season, we don't know. I don't know what his ranking is right now, but it's going to go up. Like, he's going to be one of those guys that if he's playing in the top 6 and he's scoring goals and he's putting up points, there's a name that you could see fly up the radar for the Leafs.
Absolutely. I want heads to explode. I want to say Easton Cowan, but I know he's going back to London. I know he's not going to make the team.
He's not playing.
He's not going to play. He's not in the game. I understand that. Tyler Bertuzzi's the answer, right? If Bertuzzi is riding shotgun with Matthews and Marner all year, they're already talking about his look, his gear, his stick. He's got no teeth. His hair's everywhere. He gets into a couple of fights. I'm not sure that's going to happen, but if he scores 30, 65 points, points. He's riding shotgun with the two best players on the team. It's going to get a lot of love, and I think EA Sports will pay attention.
For what it's worth, the game doesn't always get it right. Last year's Stanley Cup simulation had the Bruins beating the Kraken in the Stanley Cup final.